This is Byron Lazine and Nicole White, and you are tuned into episode 200 of The Real Word.
Word is up. You really got in my ear that just then.
Got up in it.
You got there. Yeah.
All right. I apologize.
Well, I have to say, no, you don't have to apologize, but I do have to say I'm a little sad that we're doing 200 this way because I did get you a present.
Oh, where is it?
It's here. It's on the table. You want it?
Yeah, I want to see it.
Well, so for our 100 episode, remember, Ferris got us the Rackets.
Jason Ferris got us the little trophy. Where's the trophy? It should be on your desk.
It's Bobby's going to grab it for me. So we got the 100. So I really wanted.
Where's my gift? Yeah, I want to see this.
So I really wanted to get something to commemorate the 200.
Yeah,
but I didn't.
There's
but
100.
But I didn't want to steal Ferris's. So instead. I got you the bomb trophy.
Oh my God.
You're the bomb. So there it is.
You're a whack job. It doesn't say anything on it.
Well, that's because if I knew that you were going to get ill and I had an additional 10 days to actually get something transcribed on here, I would. I'll get something on there though. But yes, I thought it was quite appropriate. I think episode 4, we talked about Da Bomb, the Tupac song.
Yeah, of course.
But here it is. You're Da Bomb, and I appreciate you. And our fans are Da Bomb too. So now we have 2 trophies. So
wow,
I'll be sure
that was very kind of you, Nicole. Yeah. And I apologize for getting sick last week and not being able to do episode 200 in person. I never had the flu. That was the real deal. So,
well, we're glad that you're back. So
I'm glad I'm back too. All right, let's jump right into it. We've got quite a racket to start with. Racket number 1: when lenders go wild, mortgage broker brawl goes completely viral. It didn't go viral until the broke agent posted it. So the first person that actually broke the story, I've never heard of this handle. It was a Twitter user. Beaten the Bookie is the Twitter handle that broke the news. So that maybe they were just at the casino, saw this, recorded it, and posted it on Twitter. Thought it was hilarious.
Quite a few people recording because the guy recording it is recording someone else recording it. I mean, you get a bunch of people really recording this.
We'll put some clips up here if you are watching along on YouTube. It's a 52-second video that was posted on, I believe Broke Agent posted the 52-second version of this melee, and it was a melee. I mean, there was a left hook from behind that took this dude. It was women
involved. Oh yeah, I'm watching it. I mean, it's just people that aren't even involved. I think just felt like they had to throw some fists. I mean,
I couldn't believe that people were picking up chairs, and like literally swinging them.
Well,
at
and
other
as
humans.
they were swinging them back, they hit someone else. I mean, it's comedy. It's absolute comedy.
You would think you saw this in the movies or at a WWE event. I was at a Royal Rumble.
I mean, they were pissed. People were pissed. I mean, they were jumping back in. Yeah. I don't get it. But
I was at a Royal Rumble when Bret the Hitman Hart and Lex Luger both went over the top ring together. Mm-hmm. In the Hartford Civic Center. This reminds me of a Royal Rumble because when you have 20 people in the ring at the same time and everyone's just punching each other, but it looks like chaos. That's
WWE though is FAKE. So this is a little different. I mean, this is real. This is real shit. This is real life. Yes.
All right. So this was at Harrah's in Atlantic City. Okay. So it was an after party during the Realtors Triple Play Convention and Trade Expo. Now, Realtors Triple Play Convention and Trade Expo came out with a statement, said, "We are aware of an isolated incident that occurred during the evening hours of Tuesday, December 7th at Harrah's Resort in Atlantic City. However, it was not affiliated with any official Triple Play events. Harrah's was not a convention headquarters or overflow hotel for the 2021 convention. The official Triple Play Convention event for attendees for the evening of Tuesday, December 7th was the icebreaker reception in the Palladium Ballroom at Caesars, which was well attended without incident." So Triple Play and the 3 boards associated with this are the New Jersey Association of Realtors, New York State Association, and the Pennsylvania Association. So they were basically a whole bunch of realtors, agents were there getting their continuing ed which obviously attracts lenders. Anything where you have a large group of real estate agents, it attracts swarms of lenders to try to get in on that business. So not unlike any other convention or conference that you would go to, a lender is throwing an after party. I don't know which lender. It doesn't say in the Inman article, which we'll link up, which lender that was throwing this after party, but there was a lender group, bank group, whatever, throwing a party at Harrah's, inviting agents to try to generate more business. And then another group of lenders showed up. Apparently, they were maybe asked to leave, didn't leave, and it starts this brawl.
It actually reminds me of college. My husband used to get into bar fights all the time in college, but he went to a really, really small college. So he had to go into like math class the next day with like these other, I call them boys because this is very childish, but with these kids that like he was getting into bar fights with like the night before, like I almost kind of want to be a part of it like the next day. Like, how awkward is that? Like, or like, hey, honey, like I'm coming home. Like I got into a fight because I got kicked out. Like, I don't know.
No charges were pressed. That's the thing that's really shocking. When you see this fight, and if you haven't seen it, you got to look at the video.
Well, it's because nobody wanted to sign a complaint. I mean, they all went running, tail between their legs, I'm sure. I mean, we know that this is alcohol induced as well. I mean, you think? Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So here's what I think. I think lenders need to figure out another way of getting business. It's
than getting agents drunk.
Well, exactly. Lenders' game is 99% of lenders' game to get business is like the most pathetic thing in the world. It's literally just getting agents drunk as often as possible and begging for their business, as opposed to like name a lender that is out there building a personal brand so that they can generate the referrals and actually give agents business.
Right.
None of them do it. It's shocking to me that actually there is one I met a couple weeks ago in Dallas. It's doing a great job on TikTok, who will probably name as a Marketeer of the Week on another episode. But it is shocking to me how few lenders are willing to go out there and market themselves and build a personal brand so that they get the business first. I mean, most people don't want to contact an agent first. They'd rather just go shopping for a house, which means they need a mortgage. And I believe mortgage people would be at a unique opportunity to capture the business first, as opposed to just always having to throw parties. And they got so offended that there was another lender there that they had to fight them. When you think about a real estate party, we want more agents to come. We want to network and meet people in a different area.
Because I guarantee you all the agents at this party were not from the same firm either. Like, that there was
there were 3 different associations.
Yeah, right. So,
but they're also like, hey, let's hang out. Let's get to know each other. Let's learn from each other. Let's refer each other business. Where for lenders, it's not like that at all. They're totally like, you talk to a lender and they're like, oh, why are you talking to that other lender? They get so offended, like you're dating. It's like, it's crazy.
Yes. Super jelly. I mean, I'm one to get jelly, but they get super jelly.
Yeah. Lenders, step up your games, start building a brand. You guys, the way you go out after business, the majority of you, and you guys know what I'm talking about, it's rather pathetic. Now, I do think this brawl sets up something that could be very interesting, especially with where culture is heading in boxing. Okay. I think there could be something to this at future events. I'm almost thinking of like a boxing match of, I don't know.
Like for charity? Like, is this like
for charity? Like the night before the Tom Ferry Summit, maybe you have somebody who promotes free coaching versus someone who really promotes paid coaching. Go at it. Maybe you have EXP versus Keller Williams. Maybe you have the two mortgage brokers that started this fight in a boxing ring together. I think there could be a lot of headlines at a real, you think Jake Paul, everything Jake Paul's doing
That's better than
boxing.
this. That's better than this. That's what you're saying? Like, yeah, that's because
I mean,
they signed up for it. It's okay.
Who wouldn't go to an event the night before Summit that's a boxing match where you have 3 or 4, headliners, real estate industry headliners.
Boxing. Just beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah. I think, what do you think you'd sell? 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 tickets? I mean, the Summit, 8,000 people go. How many people would go to that?
I can't watch. I can't
you would
do
be
any
there.
of that.
You would be there watching.
I wouldn't watch. I may be there, but I can't even watch it on TV. Like, all I start thinking about is like there's like a poor 12-year-old inside that body. Like, why is he letting somebody hit him in the face? Like, why are you signing up to let someone hit you in the face?
I don't know. I think it could be fun.
Yeah, but it's for charity in this situation. You're not even making money in this situation. You're just like, you know what? I'm here to look like a fool. I mean, that's pretty much what you're signing up for.
There's ex-NBA players doing it right now. There's a lot of people going into the boxing world. Boxing has taken on a whole new reality show life. I think real estate could get involved in that. I think that could be interesting. I really do.
Okay. Well,
and could raise a lot of money.
We may be foreshadowing a little here. So
that might be a foreshadow. Stay tuned for that.
Mm-hmm.
Racket number 2. Redfin calls on real estate websites to drop crime data. Okay, so this is very interesting to me because of where Redfin stands on having open data. Okay, so the company cited the real estate industry's history of redlining as well as the potential to reinforce racial bias as reasons to abandon crime data on search portals and other websites. Okay, so not only is Redfin saying that they will not include crime data on their websites, Realtor.com is also saying the same thing. They're now calling on other industry players to remove the information from their own websites. Zillow does not share this data currently, so they wouldn't be removing anything. They're not calling on Zillow to do it, but Trulia, a Zillow-owned website, does share crime data in their maps. So interesting there that, Zillow's kind of A/B testing. Okay, we're going to do it on Trulia, but not on Zillow. And now here's the thing. Redfin Chief Growth Officer Christian Tabman said that we're very much focused on answering all the questions people have when they're considering a home purchase. One of the things Redfin is very passionate about is let's show everybody what realtors' commissions are. They post that. They want everybody to know their agents' commissions. And let's think about this, right? They want everyone to know the commissions, everything possible about the house, but they don't want the crime data on there because we believe that Redfin and all real estate sites should not show neighborhood crime data. They believe that people are interested in safety, but not crime, and that those two don't correlate, okay? Because they're basically saying Redfin found that most crimes go unreported, meaning that data on crime may skew one way or another. And the fact that most reported crimes go unsolved means that some of the crimes being reported, in fact, may not be crimes at all. If you're extracting data at the neighborhood level, the risk of these gaps leading to inaccuracy becomes high. Okay, so they don't want people to look at crime data, avoid a neighborhood that has historically been discriminated against or has a history of segregation. So that's where Redfin and Realtor.com is coming from. What's your take on this, Nicole?
Well, it's interesting because it sounds like something else that is always so off, which is Zestimates too, right? You're sort of taking averages of everything and then throwing it in there. I think this also solidifies the fact that being a local professional in your area is so important. I agree. I mean, I do think that the crime rate should go off. I think that depending on where they're pulling these numbers from, who knows what is or isn't happening. And then again, I mean, it talks about redlining. And I mean, there's so many potentials for discrimination in this situation. So again, I think the information is helpful. I think where they may be better off, because us as agents, like we send links to people, right? So they can find out and investigate. So I guess if you're wanting to give them information, maybe throw it a little bit into the consumer's hands. But I don't find it a bad thing to remove it.
The problem is, Redfin, you are picking and choosing the information in which people are going to be looking at when they study this particular neighborhood or this area that they're potentially buying in. You're basically saying, okay, the crime data we don't believe is accurate. So we're only going to show you this information. Like you mentioned, Nicole, what the home potentially is worth, right? That is very arguable. Like you can argue the value of home all day long. You can also argue they're also thinking about, hey, maybe school information shouldn't be on there. Well, a lot of people are going to look at school information, and I would agree. I think that a lot of the schools that are ranked extremely high, public schools, you know, they're not worth the paper that they're handing out to the kids if they're still handing out paper. And they're ranked really high in a lot of states in the Northeast, and I don't think they're very good at all. That's my opinion. But there are rankings out there for a reason, and people do take those into consideration when they're moving into those areas. So just to remove all the data that people can go to now to 7 or 8 different sources, I think this leaves an opportunity for someone to basically give somebody everything. It's what I thought Redfin stood for, giving people all of the information, not hand selecting information. So I think there's an opportunity there for somebody to go in there and fill that gap and give consumers all the information that they can get on the internet at other places. Anyways, they can get crime data other places. They can get safety data other places. And I agree with you. They've got it. This is why I always said I'm not offended by this estimate. I feel like human beings are a little bit smarter than we give them credit for, right? If they're looking at crime data and they're basing their sole decision off of one source's crime data, they're probably not very smart, right? They're not taking a real analytical approach at the biggest purchase of their life. And I think that's foolish, right? If you're not sourcing out more information, if you're not spending time, to your point, this is a local purchase. You're going to live in that community. If you're not spending time in that community, feeling safe, then what the heck are you doing?
Well, and I think in all honesty, that even boils down to, because these sites even talk about, they have like walkability scores too. You know, I mean, again, if you're basing it on that number, like, again, you come to a town like we live in, and there isn't that much walkability here. And you don't know that just looking at a number on there either. So again, I think you can boil it down to even the most simplest things of numbers that, I mean, the number is the number, but I agree. I mean, you definitely... the hope is that the consumer is diving in a little bit deeper to get, you know, better and more accurate information. But
people are hungry for more information to answer their real estate questions, and Redfin will continue to add more and more data to help with that, Tabman wrote. We know that whenever we add new data, however, there's the potential for it to change whether people decide to live and invest in a neighborhood, and to do so in ways that are impacted by historical and current bias. So on one hand, Redfin's saying that they're going to keep adding data, but on the other hand, they're taking it away. This to me is prisoner of the moment. They want to make sure they are looking as, you know, culturally conscious as possible in everything that's going on.
Yep.
And, you know, that to me, when a company like Redfin is just going to make decisions based on, well, how is this going to play PR wise? I don't know. I don't think they're really going to build something special off that a lot of people are going to be utilizing long term. I've never been bullish on Redfin because they are the discount devil. All right, let's go to the Marketeer of the week, and Jay Thompson is coming out of retirement. Basically coming out of retirement. Ex-Zillow exec Jay Thompson launches AgentLoop listing app. It's now available on iOS and Google Play. AgentLoop enables agents to share listings and get real-time feedback on those listings all in one place. Nicole, is there a use for this app?
I did read the article. Again, I agree with him, because I think right at the bottom, he says something about, you know, I think most agents will feel as though they don't want another thing to use. I have to 100% agree. I think it's kind of silly. It kind of reminds me of a guy from maybe like episode 1.
No, this is different, but I get what you're saying.
It's the same thing. I mean, I get it. I get what I understand the concept. The thing is it's another platform where you're now having to pay $20 a month to be a part of.
Yeah, $10 to $20 based on user listing volumes.
Right. So it's like, I think agents, we talked about feedback already. Like, we are already having a hard time getting agents to give feedback on showing time. Now this is a whole nother outlet where we're now having to get agents to give feedback. He's claiming again that, it's one less email you have to send or one less Facebook post. But again, those types of things are free to the agent. So it sounds bulky, and it sounds just like a whole nother app that is going to be distracting to anyone. But
there's not going to be an agent that's using this and stops posting on social, obviously, because you're going to get consumers
right, which means it's just another thing to put on your to-do list when you get a new listing.
So he says seamless agent-to-agent communication, a place for all agents to share relevant listings and stay in touch with contacts from other brokerages across the industry, is a missing piece right now. Do you agree that it's hard for you to share your listing data with agents from across the country that could have a referral for you in Connecticut or something like that?
Is it difficult for me to? No, I think with Facebook, and as long as you're networking with other agents, but again, the only agents that you're really going to be like linking up with are the ones that are then willing to pay this $20 a month to have access to it. So it's not like you all of a sudden have the whole entire globe at your hand, at your fingertips. So I
downloaded the app. I'll say I didn't spend. Yeah, I did. I didn't spend more than 5 minutes kind of just cruise. I didn't pay the $10 or $20 or whatever. I was just kind of cruising around.
Yep.
And taking a look, and I don't know what it almost like you're swiping right on listings. So there's like that.
Like you're on like a date. You're like
interested,
like a
not interested.
Yes. Okay.
Part of this.
But you're the agent, though. You're not the consumer.
Well, that's the thing. Why am I interested in a property in
Virginia?
And
they're wanting you to give feedback. So now you're giving feedback on a house that you potentially haven't even stepped foot into.
And why am I giving feedback on a home in Virginia when I don't know anything about the Virginia market? I could give feedback on Southwest Florida because I know that market, Connecticut. I could give a little bit of feedback on the southwestern part of Rhode Island. Other than that, those are the three markets I know.
Right.
I don't really know other markets well at all, again, so I don't know what feedback I'm gonna be able to deliver.
Right, and it boils down to exactly our same argument that we're talking about with showing time. Does the feedback really even matter? It's one agent's opinion, where really it's more about the consumer's opinion. I do think that there is, and I don't know if this is the direction that AgentLoop is going to go. I do think that there is a void for when someone doesn't have, right now it's like Facebook groups where people are looking for referrals when they don't know anybody from that area. Being able to go on to something like this, if it was popular, and looking in, well, she's got listings. I like the way she's marketing her listings. I like the way she's engaging on this app. I could go send my referral to that area to her. I feel like I know her a little bit more. Yeah, but are you going to spend $20 a month to participate in just a potential one referral that you may have?
Maybe. I mean, somebody with a lot of referral opportunities, maybe in a heavy referral market, maybe. Maybe. I think there's an angle there for this in-agent communication. Is it all going to happen in this one app? That's where, I think the app thing, we've seen so many apps fail because, look at Clubhouse. It was super popular. There's people that still say it's popular right now.
Still loving it, right? In my mind, you're almost better off getting a referral on Clubhouse than you are on this app. But I don't know. I mean,
Clubhouse or Discord. Discord is very popular right now.
I've never even participated in that. Are you kidding me? I can barely find matching socks in the morning. But
so Discord and Clubhouse and Facebook groups are like these communities where people can come together and have conversations. That's what this needs to be successful. It needs to become the Discord, the Clubhouse for real estate, where every agent wants to be there because they feel like they're missing out on something. So obviously they just launched. They got a long way to go. Jay just coming back out of retirement and co-finding this, it makes him the Marketeer of the week for, trying to add some value to the real estate industry. I'm definitely a little skeptical on if it will be successful, because I do think that agents are going to go into Discord communities and find that technology is built up and very easy to use, or a Clubhouse, or stay in the Facebook groups that they're in right now. They can't give feedback, obviously, on listings as easy as they can with this app, this swiping ability of interested, not interested.
Well, and you're having to upload all your schmutz on here too. Like
you can upload YouTube videos. You can upload it. Sounds like really anything.
Holy hell! It's just a whole. I'm.
Sounds like you're out on it.
I'm totally out.
Sorry, Jay.
Totally out. I'm sorry, Jay. I'm out. Again, I don't see any value in this at all, especially because it's a sort of a paid spot to land. He did sort of start chiming in about, being able, it saves communication between you and another agent, which obviously is important, but I don't see any value in any of it.
Yeah. And maybe in a slower market, there would be, you'd see more value.
So I agree. I agree with you there. I think when it is a slower market, as an agent, we are willing and have to do anything to sell a property. So if this just becomes another tool in the tool shed, fine. But I don't, at this point, I'm not seeing
it's kind of like that.
What's
additional.
That? Some people don't even spend $15 for a key. I don't know.
You've got to get agents locally to use it.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do agents use in our market that drives us nuts? HomeSnap. Right?
Oh.
It's like HomeSnap, where the communication is there. Now, you're not giving, I don't think, real-time feedback on these listings in HomeSnap. I could be wrong, but I don't believe you are. But there's this messaging element to HomeSnap where I believe the messages are saved, which is what Jay's like, call me an old school. Basically, I'm paraphrasing, call me old school, but I like saving my communication with other agents. So you've got to have this not just for the referral thing, but for those local agents, which means to me, the play for Jay, the only play here is to go to the MLSs and try to sell it to the MLSs for them to get all their agents subscribed. Say it's $10 or $20. Hey, MLS, if you give us all $5 of the agent's dues, every agent gets a subscription. And you can go scale that way. That to me would be a win. Jay's been a friend of the show for a long time.
But we're already communicating through showing time, though. Do you know the amount of texts I get through showing time, and not just like an agent text? People are already communicating through showing time, and they're tracking the showings, and you're giving feedback right there. So it's essentially the same exact thing. I will say though that too, if you're trying to get local agents, if you've been in the business not even that long, some of the top producing agents and the agents that you want to work with. And I guarantee you each of those agents are already on a daily basis reaching out to each other, telling each other about new listings or asking them what listings they have coming on. So, and to be honest, some agents are probably keeping it a little bit more closed because they know that the agents that they want to work with and the ones that they prefer not to. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I feel like we already have it. I feel like at least showing time is uploading all the shit for you because it's already connected through MLS. So this makes me tired. But
Jay's been a friend of the show for a long time, so I'm wishing him the best of the luck.
Absolutely.
Jay, you are the Marketeer of the week. Good luck with AgentLoop.
I'll send him a trophy too if I'm wrong.
Don't send him my trophy.
No, not yours. This one's yours. Yep.
Can I light that thing on fire? It looks like I can light it on. No.
Why would you light it on fire? It's not a candle.
All right, Nicole. It's been a pleasure doing 200 episodes with you. Thank you to everyone who's been following along. Love for you to leave us a comment if how long you've been following along. Really, really appreciate you guys and looking forward to the next 200.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It'll take us another 4 years to get there?
Yeah, at one a week. Yeah,
I love it.
Think about that.
I love it.
So. All right, let's have a great week. We're going to do a show next week, right? Right before the holiday? Yeah.
I imagine.
We're doing
a
show next week. So we'll see you next week. Keep it real, guys.
See ya.